All right, welcome everybody to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for being here on this Thursday night matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. This should be a fun matchup, man. This is going to be two very good offenses. We got Baker Mayfield looking probably the best he has played since that season with Cleveland, where it was the year just before he got injured, probably the year that he wished he would have had coming into his contract. And instead, now he's with Tampa Bay. He is looking the best he's ever had, and it's going to be fun to watch. Same thing with Kirk Cousins. Started out kind of slow, but right now he is balling out with this Atlanta offense. And the opening kickoff is up, and it's going to be caught in the end zone, but it's going to step out of bounds. So Atlanta will start with the ball here at the 30, and that means the Buccaneers are going to start with the ball in the second half. So 15 minutes on the clock, obviously, here. First and 10, ball at the 30. How is everybody doing? If you're going to be in the chat, please let me know. Don't be afraid to chime in and come on in. Kirk in the pistol hands it off to Bijan, who goes up the middle, gain of about 2 yards. I think the last time we did the Atlanta Falcons, it was against Philly? I'm gonna have to double check that, but it was a frustrating game for me because they kept on running with Bijan instead of giving it to Algier, who was clearly the better back that night. So 2nd and 8, ball at the 32. Kirk in the shotgun, Bijan in the backfield in motion, throws it deep to is that going to be to the tight end there? Yes, Kyle Pitts with a massive, massive catch right up the seam down at about the 35 of Tampa Bay. Huge, huge run right up the seam there. Linebacker could not stay with Pitts. Kirk gets the ball out really quickly down at the 36, 1st and 10, handoff to Bijan, who is barely able to get around the first tackler, gets around another, and may have gotten only about 2 or 3 yards for all of that work. Broke two tackles and did not get a whole lot of yardage on that one. They kept on stringing that run out to the left all the way to the sidelines. And it's going to be 2nd and 7. Ball should be just inside the 35. Kirk in the pistol. Ray McLeod, number 34, in motion. Motions back. Kirk scanning, looking to the left. He finds his man. That was to Drake London, who had the ball in his hands. But unfortunately, when he landed, he could not bring it in there. Actually, let me see here. I don't think that was actually, that's not Drake, I'm pretty sure. Might be wrong. No, that was our Darnell Mooney. Sorry. Forgot Drake London is number 5. Plus, he's a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger than Ray. All right. That ball fell incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 7, ball at about the 33. Kirk in the shotgun, Bijan to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Kirk looking, throws down the middle, and he has this time number 5, Drake London, for a big first down. He's going to be in or around the 20. And just a nice little seam hitch route right there by Drake. Just right down the middle. Once he got into open space, he turned around, settled in the open space for Kirk to just give it to him. Great job. The ball should be inside the 20. It is at the 18. Nice little end around by Bijan Robinson, but unfortunately, he's going to be hit in the backfield and he's going to be able to muscle his way for a no gain. Could have easily gone down for at least 2 yards, but was able to make the most out of a really bad situation. That play was definitely not well blocked. There was a There was a corner or it might have been a safety actually just screaming right down the seam, right through the gap. And 2nd and 10, ball at the 18. Kirk in the pistol, looks to his left, finds Drake London wide open down the seam, and Drake London is going to get in for a touchdown. Just a beautiful job. Split two defenders, and it was just him and the safety, and he just muscled his way to the end zone. Great job by Atlanta on this drive. Very similar route here by Drake London. Very similar route to what he ran to get the first down on 3rd down. That got them inside the 20. Very similar concept. This time it was almost like a little bit of a slant, but he kind of slowed it down, set his feet, and then was able to just bring that ball and just run away from everybody and muscle his way in. Great job by Atlanta. They are up with 11:54. They are up by 7. And obviously we're at a commercial break here. But heading into this game, Tampa Bay is dealing with some major, major injuries here. So two of their top four wide receivers are out for the day. We have Trey Palmer, who I believe is a rookie. He is dealing with a concussion that he received last week, and then we also have Jalen McMillan, who is out with a hamstring. He's been out for I think for the last couple of weeks actually, but still some huge, huge gaps to fill there. They brought up Sterling Shepard, the former Giant, New York Giant. They brought him up from the practice squad just earlier this week, and it looks like they also are keeping active Cameron Johnson, who is a rookie for them this past draft. So he'll finally get some action here, and I believe Cody Thompson is also active for them, number 83. So a couple players that haven't really featured much early in the season for Tampa Bay most likely will get a good amount of snaps to fill in the void there. On top of the wideouts for Tampa Bay, they are also dealing with their starting right tackle, Luke Godecki, I believe. He's also dealing with a concussion, so he was not clear to play this game. They're missing their starting defensive tackle, Kalijah Cansey. He's going to be out with a calf injury. And then as of Tuesday of this week, a player that wasn't expected to really do a whole lot for them, at least early on this season. It was an inside linebacker, Cerveka Dennis, but he's actually been playing pretty well, and he's been, for the most part, mostly special teams, but also been able to get into the defense there. But unfortunately, as of Tuesday, he is on IR for a shoulder injury, so he's going to be missing at least 4 weeks, starting obviously this week. And then they are also still out there starting safety Antonio Winfield Jr. So some big, big injuries. That's about at least at minimum 3 starters and about 3 other players that play some supporting roles for Tampa Bay here. Kickoff is good. It's going to be a return for sure, and he has got a seam, and he's going to be nice. It's going to be at least past the 30, if not past the 35 there. And it looks like they're spotting the ball right at the 37 for Tampa Bay. So phenomenal return, especially for a team that is dealing with as many injuries, not only at wide receiver, but along the offensive line as well. So a great job to give them some decent field position here to start out the game. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 37. Baker under center. Two tight end set. Baker needing to scramble a little bit, gets the ball out quickly to Mike Evans, and it's going to be a big first down at about the 48 They are already in Atlanta territory with that first play. First and 10, ball at the 48. Baker under center, tight end in motion, hands it off to his running back up to the right side of the offensive line. It's going to be down at about the 43, and that was number one, Rashad White, the running back. They also are probably going to be featuring Bucky Irving, who's a rookie fourth round draft pick who has been heavily used this season, and he has done fairly well for them. He's also been part of the passing game as well, so he's a very versatile back. Second and 5, first down, and Baker throws and is nearly intercepted here. Holy cow. So we have a third and 5. Ball is going to be at about the 43. 10:32, it looks like, still on the clock. Once the clock gets rolling here, we will try to sync it up if you want to sync it up along with what I'm watching. Unfortunately, I am streaming the game, obviously, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay if you're watching it on your local channel. It'll be third and 5. Baker looking down, throws it over the middle, and he's got Mike Evans for a big first down. Adam Neville, what's going on, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you back here. Got the Falcons? I mean, they looked good on that first drive, man. They ran it. They did whatever they wanted on that first drive, and they kind of ran through that Buccaneers defense like butter. So I would not be surprised if they keep on going. They have a lot of talent on that offense, especially if they can get Bijan Robinson moving. It's usually been their big struggle. First and 10, ball at the 34. Baker under center, toss to Rashad White, and he's going to get about a yard on the play. Toss was to the right. Yeah, I guess if I had to pick, obviously I like what Tampa Bay is doing on offense. I think their biggest issue right now is the injuries, but they go as far as Baker goes, in my opinion. So I think if Baker can have a solid night, from what I can tell, he's looking good. I think I'm going to have to go with the 3-1 team. I think I'm going to have to go Tampa Bay for the win here. All right, we have an injury timeout here. Looks like there was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer on the ground here. Definitely not what you want to see. They already have their starting right tackle out of this game, along with two of their top four wide receivers to go along with some injuries on defense as well. So hopefully this player can kind of walk himself off the field, and hopefully he can come back into this game. Otherwise, injuries might be stacking up here for Tampa. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think the both of these teams, obviously, it's within the division, so those games tend to be pretty close. But I just like how these teams match up against each other. I think they do a great job of like Atlanta. Once again, they have the talent on offense. They have plenty of talent on defense, which I think is getting better and better as the week goes on. And Tampa Bay, they've blown out some teams this week and some pretty decent teams as well. So yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a close game. I would say probably within 7 for sure. And it's going to be a handoff to Rashad White to the left, and he is going to be down for a loss of 1. And the injured player was rookie Cameron Johnson, a wide receiver. That is a player that they just elevated, or say I should say, kept active this week because of the injuries to their wideouts. So hopefully he can come back into this game for Baker. And Rashad White kind of came up a little limpy after that run. So something to keep your eye on. It'll be 3rd and 9, ball at the 34. It's going to be a screen to the tight end, Otten, and he's going to be able to rumble his way for a big first down. He's going to be inside the 20. Just a great setup. Obviously, they knew Atlanta was going to try to bring some pressure in, and that's exactly what they did. They rushed to 5 and came in. He blocked actually Judon. He kind of threw him off of him, and then when Judon kept on moving forward, they threw it right behind him to Otten, who got a big first down. 1st and 10, ball at the 18. Baker in shotgun. He's throwing over the middle. He finds his man, and then it's going to be number 14, Chris Godwin there. And he's going to have a Buccaneers first down. And he's going to be, looks like in just around the 5-yard line, might be just inside. Are there any games this week besides this one here that somebody is looking forward to? Make sure you drop it in the chat so we can kind of talk about it a little bit in between snaps here. Obviously, I'm a Packer fan, so I'm going to be looking forward for Green Bay to bounce back after that tough loss against Minnesota. Adam, look at that, man. Just like on cue, brother. All right, man. I feel like we're going to have to get you on here, man, as a co host at this point. But I've always liked what Matt LaFleur does against the Rams. He always seems to bring out a handful of plays that you really have never seen from him. We saw it the last time when these two teams faced off last season. That play that Jordan had where he was in the snap, he was in the shotgun, had I believe he had 2 players in the backfield with him, and it's gonna be so we'll pause here. 1st and goal, ball at the 2-yard line. Baker rolling to his right, hits Mike Evans to the middle of the field, wide open. Great concept. Atlanta shifted everybody to the left. Baker rolled to the right. Had his tight end running a flat. Let me see here. I want to double check here. Oh no, it was Chris Godwin was running a nice Rashad White, sorry, was running a nice little flat. Everybody moved to him, left Mike Evans wide open in the center of the end zone. Great concept. And the kick is up and it's good. And we have a tie game here with 7:36 left in the first quarter. But my predictions, I think there's going to be Jordan's Love, his first game where you're going to see the flashes that we saw last season. I think this is going to be the game. It's the perfect opponent, in my opinion. Sean McVay is going to throw a lot at him, but I think Jordan is going to rise to the occasion, and I think he's going to have another big game minus the interceptions. And but once again, kind of talking about the last play that against the Rams last season, Jordan in the shotgun. I believe he had Aaron Jones to his left. He had Luke Musgrave, I believe, to his right, or it might have been another wide receiver. And both of those players split out. One went to the left, one went to the right. Jordan faked to the right, turned to the left, faked that, and then found Tucker Craft right up the middle, basically running a little, almost like a mini crossing route, basically. And then Tucker just was able to break a tackle and get all the way into the end zone. So I expect Matt LaFleur to kind of be in his bag, let's just say, and kind of throw some things that we have yet to see from him, at least for sure this year. Because I believe he respects Sean McVay and how well he is going to be preparing that Rams team, especially on defense. So I'm expecting a big fun game for the Packers on offense. If I had a prediction in terms of score, I'm gonna go Green Bay 31, the Rams 17. I think it's gonna be a solid coming out party for this Packers offense. Finally. And who knows, we might see a little bit of Malik Willis, especially in the red zone. It would not be a bad idea to have Malik in the backfield potentially. I mean, he's athletic enough to be able to run routes. I guarantee he can catch. So it'd be kind of fun to see both of those guys on the field at the same time. All right, we had the opening kick. Sorry, not the opening kickoff. The kickoff here. So Kirk Cousins under center, 1st and 10, ball at the 30, fakes the handoff to Tyler Algier, finds a wide open Darnell Mooney down the left sideline there, running a nice deep out. It's gonna be a big first down for Atlanta. They're just gonna keep on moving this ball. Just a great route by Mooney here. Was able to get it to the 50, a nice 20-yard gain on that first play. First and 10, ball at the 50. Kirk in the shotgun. Tyler Algier in the backfield with him, scanning, gets the ball, dumps the ball down to Algier. It's going to gain about 2.5 yards on the play. There we go. Yeah. Luckily, I described it well. I feel like, but yeah, no, that was a really fun play. I remember. I don't think I was able to catch that entire game, so I missed that play live, unfortunately. But obviously, I saw plenty of highlights of it, and it was probably one of my favorite plays of the season. And we have a receiver in motion, and they hand it to Algier, who's gonna rumble for a big first down. Took a hit though. It was like him and the defender kind of smacked each other right in the head. Hopefully they're good. Yeah, just a great run by Algier to the right side there, right between the center and the guard. Broke a few tackles on his way there, and 1st and 10, ball at the 39. Receiver in motion, Kyle Pitts in motion. throws it to the right. He has an open man, and that is going to be number 34, Ray McLeod with a big first down. It looks like the ball is going to be spotted around just inside the 25, I believe. And if you're just joining us, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like on this video. It does help me out a lot. And they're gonna do an end around here, and it's gonna turn into a pass from the wide receiver, but it's just gonna be a toss. And that was by Darnell Mooney. I think he was just trying to avoid getting tackled for a loss, so he just tossed it, just threw it down the field, which I'm surprised doesn't happen as often as it would. You see these guys like sometimes when that end around just gets, you know, when the defense knows it's coming, and you just see a guy take like a 5 or 7 yard loss, just throw it out of bounds. You can, as long as it's a backwards pass, you can still toss it. Anyway, 2nd and 10, ball at the 24. Kirk in the shotgun. He's going to get it out quickly to Drake London, who is going to be inside the 20, down at about the 19-yard line. So a gain of about 5 on the play. 3rd and 5. Kirk in the shotgun. Bijan to his left. Got a 3 receiver bunch to the left as well. Scanning. And he is going to be brought down in the backfield. That is big man Vita Vea with a huge sack. He was the first guy there. And the big man is eating tonight. Let's see. He was lined up just in between the right guard and the right tackle, and neither of them took him. And it was unfortunately that left little Bijan Robinson trying to take down this guy who probably weighs about 400 pounds. At minimum, he's got like about 170 pounds on him. And yeah, I don't blame Bijan for maybe making a little bit of a business decision, but I don't think he's gonna stop Vita Vea from getting to Kirk. And Young Hui Koo is gonna attempt a 46-yarder, and the kick is up, and it is sailing, and it is not gonna happen here for the Falcons. Oh, but there is a late flag on the play, and it looks like it's gonna be on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. It looks like it's gonna be offsides for number 32 here. Might have been actually 2 guys offsides. So Atlanta's going to get 5 yards closer, and they're going to be able to reattempt this from 41. Kick is up, and it's going to sail again to the left, and it is not going to be no good. I've never no I think I noticed this in the last game, but Young Hui Koo, he lines up so almost like straight down the line, almost like, those old school kickers that would like run straight into it, not like a basically non-soccer kick. And they would just kind of like kick the ball. Just it's kind of how he lines up. He's still a little off the center or off center of the ball, but it's very similar to how those guys used to kick. Like basically, I think it was before might have been around the 70s or 60s is when that started to change. Yeah, way cool, man. He's got a strange kicking style, but he's been good for a long time. Very good. And once again, if you're just joining us, we do every game that we possibly can. We do primetime games, we do Packer games. I'm a Packer fan. So if you were a big fan of either of those teams that are coming up this weekend, they're playing some primetime games, please join us, even if it's for a little bit. Get into the chat, get to know some of the people that are on here, man. We have some really fun people that love talking football. So make sure you like, subscribe, so you know when these things are happening live. And coming into this month, we are going to be adding a few more things that are not just live reactions to games. We're going to be doing some film breakdown. Nothing too serious. I'm haven't never been a coach. I'm not a player in the NFL, so some of this stuff is going to be more for entertainment and just having some fun, just looking at fun things, some fun, great drives, great plays, kind of breaking them down, seeing what the defense did to get out of position, or the other way around. What did the defense do to confuse the quarterback and make a play on the ball? So we're going to be adding that this month. I'm hoping after this week we're going to get some of those videos out. And my goal is to get at least one or two of those videos out every week, more bite-sized videos, somewhere anywhere between 8 to maybe 15 minutes. I think is a little bit more um, consumable than a 3 to 3.5 hour video of a game. So hope you guys join and let me know. It'll be a quick throw to Godwin here on the left side, and he's going to be close to a first down. I think he actually did get that first down for Tampa Bay. And the clock is rolling, and it is at 3:10, 3:09, 3:08, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to sync it up with me, ball is at the 42 of Tampa Bay. Gets the handoff. It's going to be Bucky Irving, I believe, and he is going to just rumble all the way down past the 50, down to about the 45-yard line of Atlanta. And that's going to be a Tampa Bay first down. Great run to the left. They had a pulling guard. They had the tight end pull as well to the left. And then Bucky just putting his shoulder pads down, breaking a tackle or two, and getting about almost 15 yards on the play, I'm pretty sure. Actually, might have been more than that. It was 16 yards. Fakes the handoff to Bucky Irving. Baker looking deep. He's going to find, unfortunately, no one on the receiving end of that throw. Overthrew his man on the play. And he was trying to find Sterling Shepard on the play. 2:09, second down for Tampa. Ball is going to be spotted at the 42. Atlanta sending a blitz. Baker gets the ball off to Godwin, who is going to lower his shoulder and is going to get 8 yards on the play. It'll be third down here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have three receivers to the right here. They got Evans, Godwin, but Godwin is coming across the field now. He's on the left. Baker in shotgun. Gets the ball out almost too quickly, actually, for Godwin, who was not able to really get turned around in time for that ball. It'll be a quick fourth down for the Buccaneers. 1:27 left in the first quarter. And the kick is up, and the field goal is good right down the middle here. And now Tampa takes a 10-7 lead with just a little over a minute left in this first quarter. And if you're just joining us, once again, my name is Dave. I'm not a coach, and we stream every possible game we can. Packer games live, primetime games. We do play by play. We have some fun in the chat, just talking about football, talking about honestly. After a while, we talk about anything. Well, I think the last time we started talking about some movies. I think we talked about some comic books last time. So yeah, please join in the chat. We got some fun people here, and we're just gonna enjoy some football, and hopefully we can get a great game tonight. And it looks like it's gonna be a good one. So far, these defenses and these offenses have been able to put up yards and get some stops. So Tampa Bay is prepped to kick it off to Atlanta here. And it'll go out the back of the end zone. Atlanta will start at their own 30 here. Yeah, ever since that Eagles game, Kirk has just looked very, very solid this season. You know, heading into that game against the Eagles, he had been underwhelming, and even up until the fourth quarter, he was going to have pretty much another underwhelming game in prime time. But since that game, man, he has looked solid. He has looked like the guy that they paid $100 million to. And Kirk in the pistol gets the ball out to Bijan, who is going to be able to get a decent amount of yardage. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the play. It was almost a makeshift screen pass for Bijan. And 2nd and 4, ball at the 36. Ray McLeod in motion. Kirk in the pistol, hands it off to Bijan to the left. And he's going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Atlanta here. And it looks like there is a second difference in the play clock, so they're going to have to run a play here before the quarter ends. They snap the ball real quickly. They have a nice play, and that's going to be a big first down. Throws it to Mooney on the left side. He gets about 7 yards on the play. That'll be a first down for Kirk Cousins. And trying to get one more play here, but it is going to be the end of the first quarter here, with Tampa leading Atlanta 10-7. But right now, the Atlanta Falcons are driving. So obviously, while we have a little bit of time here in between the quarter, let's look up a little bit of statistics here for how these teams have played so far through the season. So Atlanta, over the last few games here, the last 2 games, they have played relatively well. Unfortunately, they had a big loss against the Chiefs here. It was a close game, only a 5-point difference in between the scores. Kirk went over 200 yards, which, especially how offenses have struggled to throw the ball this season, it looks, that looks pretty decent for right now. I mean, even he was able to throw more than Patrick Mahomes did in that game. Tyler Algier, once again, his average has been phenomenal, but they're just not giving him carries. He finished with only 32 yards against the Chiefs, but he only did that on 7 carries. And once again, Bijan had more than twice as many carries than Tyler Algier, but he had one less yard. Bijan averaged less than 2 yards a carry. And then you tack on the uh, the passing receptions for Bijan, and then the average goes up a little bit better. But that's where his strength is. It's not running in between the tackles. It's not even really going outside. You have to get Bijan in space. And Tyler Algier is more of a traditional back. I wish they would be able to use him significantly more in the backfield and be able to move Bijan kind of around all around the field, similar to how the Packers use uh, Jaden Reed. Sometimes they have him in the backfield, sometimes they have him in the slot on the outside, and they move him everywhere. And I think that's the best way to use Bijan, at least early on in the season, until he can really get his stuff going in the backfield. Get him in space, get him on a route. He's a good route runner especially for a running back. So we're back here. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 44. And they have a nice little stack of receivers to the right. And Kirk needs to scramble. He needs to go away. And he barely gets that ball to the sidelines. Kirk not happy with the hit. It's going to be incomplete, 2nd and 10. But again, they really need to be able to get Bijan out in space, get him the ball, get him into rhythm. And I think once teams start trying to, figure out what they're doing with that, that's when you get him the ball in the backfield. Those lanes are going to open up a lot more, especially if you have Tyler Algier already in the field as well. So 2nd and 10, once again, 44-yard line. Kirk throws over the middle, gets the ball to Drake London, but he is going to drop it. It was a tight window. Drake might have taken a big shot on that one. He is coming up a little slow. And there's a flag on the field. It's going to be interesting. Looks like it might be on Tampa here. And it is. And it's going to be a personal foul on number 52. Yeah, they're saying he led with his helmet, or at the very least, he hit the defenseless receiver in the helmet. Yeah, it's a. I mean, like let's be honest. Like 10 or 15 years ago, that would have been considered a great play, but nowadays, that's the rule. It sucks, but it is what it is. They hand it off to Algier to the right, and he is gonna break a tackle and get a good amount of yardage, another 6 or 7 yards on the play by Algier. But there is a flag on the field, and something tells me this one is going to be coming back here. And yes, it's going to be a holding call on the Falcons. That's going to wipe away a big run by Algier. And I was holding on looks like the right guard. Sorry, on the center actually. I mean, let's see here. Oh yeah, no, there's a tug. Yeah, underneath the pads, pulling the jersey. So 1st and 20, ball at the 49 of Atlanta. They're going to do a nice little screen to Ray McLeod, who's going to make a man miss and almost gets away from another person. And he's going to get a good amount of yards on that play. That might have been 10 or 12 yards on the play. and it'll be second and 12. Ball inside the 45. Kirk takes a shot down the middle, and he's able to get it to Hodge. I have no idea who that is. I gotta figure out who this guy is. But apparently he gets it to number 12 there. Might have actually. No, they're saying he caught it. It was a nice 22 yards. He's going to be down at about the 20-yard line. The ball did pop out when he landed, but it looks like they're saying he kept possession long enough. And they're gonna give it to Bijan and a screen, and it's gonna turn. He's gonna actually reverse field, and he's gonna be tripped up, and it looks like it's gonna be a loss of about 2 or 3. Bijan almost might have broken that one. It's kind of tough to see where the defense is when they kind of zoom in on the play, but at the very least, it was probably going to be a positive gain. But there is a flag on the field as well, and it's going to be holding on Kyle Pitts again. The holding penalties are killing this Atlanta drive right now. Oh yeah, big hold on him. So Atlanta will face their second 1st and 20 of this drive. Ball is going to be at the 31. Kirk throws to the right, finds a man, and it's going to be Darnell Mooney for it looks like about 6 yards on the play. And Zach McCullum with just a great job here. And Kirk throws it quickly to Pitts, and he is going to be out of bounds. Hey, C. Strum, what's going on, brother? Can't stay long? No, it's all good. Hey, man, I just appreciate you dropping by. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, man. I think the Packers are going to bounce back here. They always seem to do well against the Rams. LaFleur just has Sean McVay's number in the playoffs and the regular season. Kirk throws up the middle, and he is going to find Darnell Mooney for a huge touchdown throw. Holy cow! There was about 3 guys on Mooney, and Kirk did not care. Holy cow, he threw it into triple coverage, but Mooney was able to come down with it right on the goal line. Buccaneers over Falcons. Okay, okay. I I agree with you, man. That was my pick. I just like the way Baker is playing. But right now, man, Kirk might be making me eat my words. He is slinging it tonight. This guy's not messing around. So appreciate you dropping in, man. Let me know if you can. Let me know when you leave. But if you're already gone, have a great night, man. Hopefully, I'll see you this weekend. Once again, thank you, Seastrom. Holy cow, man. Kirk did not mess around with that throw. There was 3 guys on Mooney, and he just chucked it 25 yards down the field. Big touchdown for Atlanta, man. I like it. I like it, man. Kirk is being aggressive, and he's not being afraid to sling the ball. So with 11:58 left in the half, Atlanta has retaken the lead here, and it is 14-10 Atlanta. Man, primetime Kirk, man. I know that's been the joke for years, but this season, man, first it was the Monday night game against the Eagles. He comes up big, and now he's just slinging it all over the field here. He already has 176 yards in this game. Kirk Cousins, man, the guy's on pace for almost 400 yards in this game. He's thrown it 15 times, completed 12, and he has 2 touchdowns. Primetime Kirk might actually be a thing. I don't think it's going to be a meme if he keeps on playing like this. That guy is going to he's going to make that meme into reality here. So I like it. Now that he's not a Viking, I can root for him. I can root for him. Seems like a nice guy. Might be a little bit of a weirdo, maybe, but I don't know. He seems like a nice guy. We'll see. Especially nowadays, it seems like almost like you're starting to get to know quarterbacks a little bit more. They seem to first Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. You're starting to see some of these guys. Their personalities they're strange guys. They are strange human beings. So that last drive by Atlanta, 9 plays, 70 yards, just over 4 minutes taken off the clock. And it's going to be a return for Tampa Bay. Breaks a tackle, breaks another, keeps on rumbling. He stays on his feet, and he is finally brought down, but not until he gets past the 50. Ooh, a huge return here. That is by number 44, Sean Tucker. Got the ball literally about 2 yards away from the end zone, then sprinted to the right, found a gap, broke about 3 or 4 tackles, bowled over an Atlanta Falcon, broke it 1, 2. Oh, he destroyed Young Hui Koo, and then he ran through another guy. Tampa Bay is going to start with the ball at the 44 of Atlanta. They get the ball out to the tight end on the flat. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and that is going to be a huge, huge first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Just in these last 2 plays, have gone for like almost 70 plus yards here. It was a 53-yard return and then a 22-yard catch and run by the tight end, Cade Otton. And the clock is at 11:09, 11:08, 11:07, 11:06. If you want to time it up, it's going to be a toss to Rashad White to the right, and he is going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a no gain. I mean, you had the momentum, and I would have kept on throwing it. I think you had Atlanta on the back heel right here, man. All right, well, there we go. All right, Tampa Bay in the shotgun, ball at the 23. Rashad White in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left. Baker has time. He finds a man, and it's going to be Mike Evans running a beautiful, beautiful corner route to that front pylon, and that is going to be a touchdown from Mike Evans, his second of the night. And ladies and gentlemen, we might have ourselves a little bit of a shootout here. Barring the extra point, we already have 30 points between these two teams. Just a great job. Baker had time. The protection was very good. Mike Evans in the slot got past his man. He thought he had safety help over the top. He did not. And Mike Evans with a beautiful corner route touchdown. Kick is up and it is good. And Tampa Bay, after the huge, huge return by Sean Tucker, only takes about 3 plays and they are in the end zone to retake the lead 17-14. with 10:17 left in the half. Holy cow, man, that was awesome. Oh, and Mike Evans throwing the ball to a fan in the stands. Let's go. It's gonna be a nice souvenir. All right, we have obviously a commercial break here. Man, so Baker Mayfield 120 tonight after that throw. Both of these quarterbacks combined so far are almost at 300 yards just in the first half, and we still have 10 minutes left in this second quarter. There hasn't been a whole lot of running. Let's just say that. It seems like these teams are going to be slinging it tonight. So that means hopefully some points, and hopefully it's going to be exciting game, man. Because I'm ready for a nice like high point, you know, almost like a heavyweight battle. We haven't had one of those games on the channel yet. I'm ready for one of those. Let's go. Especially between two quarterbacks. They're, Baker Mayfield. How many teams did he go through before he landed with Tampa? What was it, 3? He was with Cleveland, got traded to Carolina, got cut, went to the Rams for like a cup of coffee, started in the game, and now he's with Tampa Bay. Kirk Cousins obviously started with the Commanders. Then he went to Minnesota for a long time, and then now he's with the Atlanta Falcons. So both of these quarterbacks, man, they have been playing for a lot of teams, and they're still starting. They're still putting up some big drives, some big points. So heck yeah, man. And if you're just joining us, please make sure you like and subscribe. We're doing every primetime game, every Packer game that we possibly can this season. This month, we're going to be adding some new things as well. We're going to be breaking down some film, some of my favorite drives or even plays of the week. And we're going to be doing those in between the games. Hopefully, I'm going to try to drop those around Tuesday or Wednesday, potentially maybe even on Thursday early in the game, in the day leading up to this Thursday night game. So, still going to try to figure that out, but those should be out hopefully by next week. And those are going to be a lot smaller, obviously, anywhere between hopefully around 6 to maybe 8 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but trying to make it a little bit shorter for you guys. All right, and the kick is up, and it's in the end zone. It's going to be downed. So Atlanta's going to start at the 30. And they're saying that Mike Evans, with that touchdown, that was his 100th career touchdown reception that he just threw to a fan. And Atlanta is going to toss it to Bijan to the left, and they're going to string it out, and he is not going to gain any yardage on that play. Like I said, man, I don't understand why. Like, I get it. Bijan, he's a talented guy. You obviously used a very high draft pick on him, but he's not producing right now as a running back. Tyler Algier is significantly better right now. You got to find ways to get Bijan. You got to use him kind of how the Packers use Jaden Reed. I talked about this earlier. Get him with some routes, get him out away from behind the line, and I think that's going to open things up for him. He's an electric guy once he has the ball in his hands. Kirk in the pistol, throws it to Kyle Pitts in the seam, and it's going to be a big first down for Atlanta. It's going to be close to the 50-yard line. But yeah, I mean, how many games do we need to see that Bijan finishes with almost 20 touches, and he's averaging barely 2 yards a carry? It's like they gotta they gotta do something different here. Bijan is talented, but you gotta find different ways to get him the ball because him running it is not working. First and 10, ball at the 48. Darnell Mooney in motion. They hand it off to Bijan, who is going to be able to break a tackle, and he is going to be It's gonna be a nice gain of 5 or 6. They almost went down for another gain of 0, but was able to spin out, pop up, and then muscle his way for some yardage. And the ball is gonna be at the 46. It was a gain of 6 for Bijan. Kirk throwing it, finds his man, running a nice little stick route that is Kyle Pitts again, and he is gonna be inside the 40-yard line, down to about the 38. And the clock is at 7:50, 7:49, 7:48, 7:46, 7:45, 7:44. There we go. If you want to sync up with me here, it'll be first and 10, ball at the 38. It's going to be a fakes the handoff. There's going to be a bunch of pressure, and Kirk is barely going to be able to get this ball off. And I don't know if they haven't blown the whistle here. People are jumping on it like it's a fumble. I don't think it is. And it's probably going to be a flag on Kirk because he was inside the tackle box. There was nobody anywhere near to try to catch that ball. And that's going to be intentional grounding on Kirk Cousins there. Basically, he was basically being brought down, and he just, I don't even want to say he threw it, he just tossed it. So, yeah. Um, yeah, Tampa Bay dialed up a nice corner blitz there. And it'll be second and 20. It looks like there is a potential timeout here. And Tampa Bay is challenging the rule on the previous play, saying that it was actually a fumble. I don't I don't see how or why they would challenge that. It's clearly a throw. So for what I'm pretty sure is not going to be a winnable challenge by Tampa Bay. They're most likely going to waste a timeout here. So they're going to commercial break, and we will continue to look at some of the stats here. So Kirk Cousins is over 200 yards on the half here. Two touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So Tyler Algier has 1 carry tonight. It went for 8 yards, so he's averaging 8 yards. Bijan Robinson has 7 carries, 7 times more than Tyler Algier, and he has 18 yards. He is averaging 2.6 yards a carry. And his longest run is 6, so he technically has 12 yards on 6 carries. So he's averaging, once again, 2 yards a carry. This is the 3rd game that I've seen with Bijan that he is averaging around 2 yards a carry. I think some of the other games he's actually averaging just below it. I think there was one game where he averaged like 1.8. And continuously, Tyler Algier is averaging, you know, 5 or more yards. There's been like 3 or 4 games like that. So I I don't understand it. It's blowing my mind, man. But anyway, um, so Darnell Mooney 4 catches, 58 yards. He's been productive, also has a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 58 yards as well, but on 3 catches. Drake London, 3 for 38, has a touchdown as well. And Ray McLeod, 2 for 23. And we are back, and the call stands as an incomplete pass, or at least a penalty. It was not a fumble, which I don't understand why they would challenge that. Clearly, it was 100% that was a throw. It was an illegal throw, but it was a throw. Anyway, 2nd and 20, ball at the 48 of Tampa Bay. They're going to get it to a screen on Bijan, who is going to get to the 41. So a gain of 7 for number 7. And it looks like we might have a Tampa Bay Buccaneer who is injured. And they're saying it's number 23, the safety, Tyke Smith. I almost said Tyreek. Tyke Smith, he's a Georgia Bulldog. He's a rookie. And the good news is he looks like he's going to be able to walk off the field under his own power. And that could have been a nasty hit. So it looks like he's fine. So hopefully we'll see that guy back on the field. You don't want to see injuries here, man. And it'll be 3rd and 14, ball at about the 42-yard line. Kirk under shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, dumps it down to Tyler Algier, who is going to be able to get to just shy of the 35. It'll be 4th down and probably close enough for maybe a field goal here. Clock is just under 6:45 here. And we're going to see Young Hui Koo again here. He missed his earlier kick from 41 after getting a second chance from when he missed at 46. But the penalty on Tampa Bay was able to make it a little bit closer, but he still missed. This one is from 54, and it's going to curl just inside that left upright, and he makes it from 54 yards out. And with 6:17, Young Hui Koo ties the game up at 17 all. And this one, once again, drifting a little bit to the left. But it was good, baby. It was good. So it's going to be very interesting what Tampa Bay does with this drive. They haven't, neither of these teams have run it really particularly well. Rashad White only has 4 carries for 5 yards. Bucky Irving has 1 carry, but it went for 16 yards. Other than that, they have not run the ball. They've only run the ball 5 times. Atlanta has only run the ball 8 times. So it's going to be interesting whether Tampa Bay wants to throw the ball, potentially score quickly, and then put their defense back on the field with Atlanta, give them a chance to possibly give them a chance to score before the half. Or will Tampa Bay try to get their running game going here and try to eat up some clock? And the kick is off in the end zone. It's going to be returned, and that is a bad decision. He didn't even get to the 20, so Showing some highlights from Baker when he was a Ram for that one night. All right. So 6-10. Ball is at the 18. Tight end in motion. They hand it off to Bucky Irving, who is going to rumble and swerve all the way down to about the 29. That's going to be a first down. Bucky Irvin, man, his only 2 carries so far have gone for over 10 yards. So right now, this both of these teams have 2 running backs that are running the ball. One is running it very well, but he's not getting any carries, and the other 2, which are Rashad White and Bijan, seem to be getting most of the carries, but they're not being effective with it. So ball 29, first and 10. They get the ball to Rashad White, and he makes me eat my words as he breaks a tackle, and he is down to the 30, 25, 20, 15. Oh, man, he almost broke away on that one, and Rashad White must have heard me because he was like, "Okay, watch what I do on this next run." Maybe that's what I have to do with the Packers. Maybe just, like, talk smack about, and be like, "Oh, man, see, Jordan Love's not he can't throw touchdowns, and he's just gonna start throwing touchdowns." That's what I need to do. That's what I should have done this past week. Alright, and it's gonna be Bucky Irving again for a big amount of yardage. It's gonna be at least a 9 or 10-yard gain. Alright, Seastrom, catch you later, brother. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching a little bit. Have a good one, man. I'll catch you this weekend. First and goal, ball at the 5-yard line after that run by Bucky. And it's going to be a run to the right by Bucky Irving, and he's going to gain about 2 yards on the play. All right, there we go. Tampa Bay obviously trying to slow down here a little bit, try to eat a little bit of clock. Clock is going to be under 3:25 here. First and goal. No, it should be second and goal. They have the wrong overlay here. It's going to be a handoff to Irving to the right again. A little bit of motion from the wideouts, but it does not work. They only get about a yard. So it'll be third down here. Did, did I just miss a play here? Because this should be third down. What is going on here? All right. Apparently it's second and goal. Ball at the 2. 3 receiver bunch to the right. Baker in shotgun, and they're sending a blitz, and he tries to get the ball out quickly to Rashad White, who is not going to be able to gain any yardage. Might have actually lost a yard. And that was the tackle was by the corner Clark Phillips the third. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here. Oh, okay. Now I see why I was confused a little bit here. So that first run by Irving inside the 5-yard line was actually not first and goal. It was actually second and one. So I was a little confused. I was like, "Whoa, hey, whoa! Did they just give him an extra play?" All right, so we are at the commercial break here for the 2-minute warning. We should be back here in about a minute. So far, if you're here, let me know in the chat what has been the bigger surprise that Kirk Cousins is just putting up massive amounts of yardage, or it's the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially their defense, they're dealing with some injuries for sure, but they have not really been able to get any amount of pass rush on Kirk Cousins tonight. They've gotten to him one time, I believe, in this game. And actually, I think Baker hasn't even gone down for a sack either. So both of these defenses just kind of struggling a little bit here. No turnovers, no major turnovers at least. And then just giving up some points and some big yardage plays. All right, it is third and goal. Ball is at about the 40, sorry, the 4-yard line. The 4-yard line. Baker in the shotgun, two receivers to his right. He is rolling to his right and finds a man, and that is going to be number 17. That is Sterling Shepard, the former New York Giant, running a nice little kind of like a back pylon out route, basically. Almost like a mix between a corner route and a nice, like basically just running along the back of the end zone there. And just a great job of Baker, man, squeezing it in between two defenders. Heck of a job. And the clock is going to be at 1:56. The extra point is snapped up, and it is good. With a minute 56 left in the half, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take a 24-17 lead over Atlanta here. Atlanta does have all three timeouts. So I would be very surprised if they do not try to get some points out of this next drive. And the way both of these offenses have been operating, it would not be surprising if they scored a touchdown. Oh, just a beautiful route by Shepard on that one. Faked like he was gonna go inside and then just looped it up the field and then to the back pylon there. Just a great job. Clark Phillips had an opportunity. If he would have been able to sense that route, he would have been able to undercut it real easily. Could have easily gone for an interception. But tell you, man, Baker Mayfield, man, this guy is just putting up some numbers this season. 3 touchdowns in this game. And he's only thrown it for 130 yards, so he hasn't been putting up a whole lot of yards. Yeah, they're showing some highlights here, man. Jesus. Baker has just been putting it on the spot all night today. Yeah, both of these quarterbacks are playing at their peak right now. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 30. London in motion. Kirk in the pistol. They're sending a blitz here. And Ray McLeod drops an easy pass over the middle there. Kirk kind of put it on him. And then McLeod just could not bring it in. 2nd and 10, ball at the 30. Kirk in the shotgun. Little bit of pressure, nothing too crazy. Drake London stays on his feet after the tackle, and he's going to get a first down from the looks of it. He was tackled infield, so the clock is running. The clock is at, it's going to be around 130, 125 here. Yeah, after the tackle, yeah, he never went down. No knee, no elbow, nothing. Was able to get up and get that first down. Oh, they could have gotten Tampa Bay with a face mask on that tackle. And there's a review of whether London was actually down, but from what I saw, nothing was on the ground. And they're saying, yes, he's good. He got the first down, and the clock is rolling here. And it'll be about under 130 when the ball is snapped. Mooney in motion. Kirk gets it out quickly to Drake London, who's going to gain about 7 yards on the play. Ball is at the 48 here. They're almost at midfield. 2nd and 4. Drop. Can't find anybody. Finds Bijan Robinson, who breaks a tackle and it gets out of bounds after getting the first down. And they are in Tampa territory here. And the clock is stopped at 1 minute. Atlanta still has all 3 timeouts, so they can basically do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to worry about working the sidelines yet. Just make some good plays, make a man miss, get the most out of you can. And it looks like Tampa is showing blitz here. They got 6 guys on the line. Well, they only send 4. Kirk drops back, finds Ray McLeod at the 40. Clock is rolling. It's going to be under 50 seconds here. 46, 45, 44. Obviously a no huddle here. Drake London in the slot to the right. 2nd and 2. Gets it out to Drake London, who is going to catch it and go out of bounds after getting the first down. He is going to be at the 31 of Tampa Bay. 34 seconds, all 3 timeouts. I really like the old school helmets that the Falcons are wearing right now, man. I like that old Falcons, almost like a crow looking thing. And it's going to be a throw to Drake London, and it's popped up, and it's going to fall harmlessly to the ground there. Oh, great throw by Kirk. It was right on Drake London, just outside the reach of the linebacker who was that Winfield? Whitfield? Jordan Whitehead, sorry. Just outside of Jordan Whitehead's fingertip, but Drake just could not bring it in. 2nd and 10, ball at the 31. Kirk is going to be dropped in the backfield for a huge sack, and Atlanta's going to have to use their first timeout. It looked for a second there like he had a lot of time, but then let me see who was that here. Was that Logan Hall there? Yep. Logan Hall just beating the right tackle with a little bit of a shove to the inside and was able to get to Kirk real fast. All right, it'll be a long third down here, 3rd and 18 after that sack. 24 seconds left. Ball at the 39. Rayron McLeod in motion. Gets the ball out to Mooney, who is not going to be able to haul it in just outside of his grasp. And it'll be 4th and 18. And there's a question of whether they're going to stay on the field or they're going to send out Hui Ku there. And Atlanta right now, they're sending out the punter. Interesting. I mean, this would be a 56-yarder. I'm not sure what um what limit is Hui Ku's. I feel like he could hit this potentially, but I'm pretty sure they just don't want to give Tampa Bay any opportunity to get more points before the half here. All right, the punt was downed inside the 5, 12 seconds left. Tampa Bay does have two timeouts. And they're just going to kneel it, and we're going to be heading to halftime here. Tampa Bay has a 24-17 lead over Atlanta. And I am pretty sure that Tampa Bay will get the ball to start the second half. And it looks like there's a little bit of confusion here. And now they take a knee. So for the second time, Baker has to take another knee. That was weird. That was very, very strange. All right. We are at halftime here. So far, what have you guys thought? To me, it's going to be a very fun second half. I feel like these teams are just getting started. Um, 41 points in the half, and Atlanta could have had more points if they didn't have that sack. They probably could have at least gotten 3 points before the half. So Tampa Bay looks like they're just running down the field at this point. Finally, they got their running game going on that last drive. Atlanta, Kirk Cousins is over 250 yards passing. I mean, at this point, he's on pace for 500 yards. I don't think he'll get there, but he's definitely going to be for sure threatening around 400, especially if Tampa Bay can get a touchdown on that opening second half kickoff. They're going to be playing from behind. They're obviously going to have to put it in Kirk's hands. It's going to be I think it's going to be a fun second half. I think the third quarter is going to be very indicative of how this game's going to continue to go. I think in the first couple drives, I would say the first two drives, uh, one for each team, I think it's going to be a big indicator of what the rest of the game is going to go. If Tampa can get a touchdown, obviously Atlanta's going to be playing from behind. They're going to be down two possessions. They're going to have to steal a possession at some point to try to get this tied up or even take the lead. And then obviously, if Tampa gets stopped, which they haven't been able to been stopped plenty of times, unfortunately, in this game, and if Atlanta can get back in, man, we've seen what this team can do when the game is really close. We saw it with the Eagles. We saw it, I think, in week one as well. If you let this Atlanta team linger around, they have playmakers everywhere on that offense. They're gonna be a problem if you keep them within a score or less. So, yeah. I'm gonna grab something to drink here real quick, and we will be back in just about a minute or two. So, once again, if you're here, thank you so much. We're doing every possible primetime game, every Packer game that we possibly can during this season. Especially if the games kind of line up, I'm going to try to do an afternoon game as well, one of those 3 to 4 p.m. games. This past week we could not because the Packer game lasted almost 4 hours. But anytime we have room to do it, we're going to try to squeeze in a game on Sunday, try to get 3 games. But at the very least, we'll definitely be getting the 2. So thank you very much. Make sure that you guys are subscribing. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Lets me know that you're enjoying the content that we're kind of doing throughout the game. Some of the commentary, things like that. But yeah, man, get into the chat. We have a few people here that been kind of bouncing around the last couple of weeks. Fun times where we always talk about football, outside of football, things like that. Comic books, things like that. Anything that we're interested in, please. It's always a fun time to talk about some of our biggest passions outside of even football. So yeah, drop it in there if you can, but I will be right back in about 2 minutes. So hope to see you in a bit. All right, we are back. Not the game, just me. Right now, they're showing Matt Ryan walking onto the field. Apparently, he's being inducted into the Falcons' Ring of Honor. It looks like potentially there. So that's good on him, man. That's what the first quarterback in franchise history to be able to get them to the Super Bowl. So well deserving, well deserving. But how's everybody doing tonight? If you're able to get into the chat, let me know. Would love to kind of interact with you guys, have some fun. Not only get your take on this game, but also get your take on your team, the NFL as a whole. It's been a wild, wild start to the season. I don't know if I'm obsessed anytime the season is going on. So I can't really say I'm paying more attention, but maybe doing these games, broadcasting them live, maybe I'm paying a little bit more. But man, it just seems like it's a little bit of a we haven't had a season like this. I feel like since like maybe COVID, maybe 2019. That was also a very strange year. So, but yeah, let me know what you think so far. Are you Jaden Daniels, man, that guy. I remember watching. What was it? I think it might have been last week. That game, just to what basically was his coming out party, man. Holy cow! Against the Bengals, that guy was making throws that when what I like to call the Aaron Rodgers, the Peyton Manning, the Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes kind of throws, where it's like, oh, that wasn't luck. That was holy cow. This guy spins it like these guys. And it's one thing if you did that once, maybe twice, but throughout that entire game, that kid was just putting dimes everywhere, all over the field. And obviously he did it earlier this week again. I mean, the kid is just playing at a high level, at a higher level than I think even CJ Stroud was, at least early on in the season. And that's saying a lot. CJ probably had arguably one of the greatest statistical seasons for a rookie quarterback, at least in the modern era. I think it's tough to judge, quarterbacks from, you know, 40, 50, 60 years ago. It's a whole different game, different mindset, especially when you were drafted in the first round. It didn't matter if you were the first overall pick, you know, up until the 90s, you were probably sitting for a year or two. Um, so CJ had a great season, but man, Jaden Daniels, he's also a dynamic guy. I mean, in week one, he had 88 yards, two rushing touchdowns. He didn't have a passing touchdown until that game against the Bengals. And yeah, ever since then, man, the kid has just been taking off, and his completion percentage has been insane. I think it's the highest to ever start a career, basically. So yeah, man, that's been a big surprise for me. What else has been a huge surprise? Um, I guess the Bengals starting out 0-3. I know they got a win last week, but they're behind the 8 ball, man. I think there's only been like two or three teams since, oh god, I'm trying to think, maybe since the '80s that have gone 0-3 and been able to make the playoffs. Granted, there's an extra game, so that does help a little bit. That'll probably change some of the numbers if they can get a couple extra wins there. But yeah, man, it's Bengals 0-3, the Vikings 4-0, man, which pains me, pains me as a Packer fan to see that. But man, it's tough to argue, man. Their defense looked good up until up until halftime, at least. Their offense, Sam Darnold, man, that dude is just when you look at the tape, man, he's the last time he played this well was maybe his first couple of weeks with Carolina. He did not look this good ever with the Jets. He always looked like a guy that was like, maybe he could get it going. But with the Jets, he never looked like a guy that really was, he never had those like 2 or 3 or 4 games consecutively where he looked like a top 10 quarterback. I mean, we're 4 games in, and the guy looks like an MVP candidate. And at this point, there's nothing to indicate that he's gonna have a drop off unless outside of just the history that he has. He's been, at best, a good backup throughout his career. And you've seen that in NFL history, where a backup has, like, that one good year. This might be Sam's one good year, or no, maybe 1 or 2 good years, and this might be Sam's one of those 2 or 3 good years that he has, and I think it helps that you have a very good surrounding, crew. Obviously, you have one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in Jefferson. You have a very good to almost a great running back in Aaron Jones. Um, yeah, he also has a couple tight ends there. They're starting to get healthy, especially at that tight end position. Great, they have a great play caller in Kevin O'Connell. That also helps a lot. And that defense, man, getting takeaways, getting sacks, getting pressure, being able to get off the field, give them favorable position. I mean, it's all there, man. And I do believe that they're going to go as far as Sam Darnold can go if he starts reverting back to some of his bad behaviors or bad habits, I should say, not bad behaviors, bad habits that he had with the Jets, that he had eventually with Carolina. Then you might start to see this team struggle. But I think they're going to be in it, man. 4-0, unless they have a complete and utter collapse. They're going to be competing not only for the division for sure, but I think they're going to be competing for one of those top 2 seeds potentially. So it's going to be interesting. I think they've been one of the bigger surprises, especially since McCarthy went down, they were expected to be kind of average at best. So I'm just hoping for their downfall. That's it. No injuries. Absolutely not. Never. But hopefully for their downfall. Kickoff is going to be returned by Bucky Urban. He breaks a tackle, gets another one, and he is going to be well past the 30. Might be past the 35 actually there. Heck yeah, man. Man, we're getting some returns up in here, man. Holy cow. I think that's Tampa Bay's second big return on that one. I like it, man. Finally, some return. Like I think any of the games that I've seen, there's been almost no major returns. I think the biggest one was it the Green Bay? Was it Green Bay? I think they might have gotten it to like the 35, maybe the 40. But anyway, first and 10, ball at the 37, and it's going to be an end around, and it's a handoff to Rashad White, who is going to be down at the maybe got a yard or two. But there is a fumble. Oh, there is a big fumble on the first play. Atlanta might have gotten this one. And a referee is pointing second down. So, ooh, almost a little bit of a disaster there for Tampa Bay. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, definitely a fumble for sure. It almost seems like for like 2 seconds, nobody knew that the ball was loose. So, second and 8. Ball at the 39. Baker has to roll. Finds his man. That's going to be, I believe, Chris Godwin for a gain of about 6 on the play. But there is a flag on the field. This might be holding. Typically, you get that a lot when the quarterback has to scramble. And it is a holding call. Yeah, unfortunately, especially with Mike Tolbert and his crew, they tend to like to throw some flags here. That's barely holding, dude. He let go. As soon as he felt him pull away, he let go. So to me, that should not have been called. There's no way Judon was going to be able to get to him in time. Anyway, second and 18, screen pass to the running back, and White is going to trip on his own, and it's going to be a loss about 2 or 3 on the play. It's gonna be close to, 3rd and 20 here. Bad snap by the center there. Baker had to extend all the way to the right there to get that one. It'll be 3rd and 20, and the clock is at 12:55, 12:54, 12:53. Baker takes a snap, has Judon on him, gets away from Judon. He's gonna scramble. He's got a blocker, and he is gonna be able to get maybe 7 or 8 yards on the play. And there's gonna be a flag. Baker, as he was running out of bounds, he gets hit. But was it egregious? See here. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, Baker was technically out of bounds, but he was leaning in for the hit too. Come on. Come on. No, see, he was technically still in bounds. His foot even wasn't even out. Actually, it didn't even hit the out of bounds line. That's a bad call. Bad call. Oh no, sorry, they're picking it up. Thank God. All right. I was gonna say, I was like, what? All right, 4th and 12. I rescind my my accusations. They were smart. They picked up the flag. Once again, I obviously don't have the audio, and I'm waiting for the for the captions to kind of catch up. There's like a big delay on the captions from what's happening. Seems like there's like a 7 to 8 second delay. So I take it back. I take it all back. So Atlanta will get the ball here, and they'll have it at the 21. So Atlanta coming up, the defense coming up big to stop the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They look like they were gonna roll again and potentially put up another touchdown or even a field goal would have made this a 2 possession game. So huge. All right, let's look at the box score here for Atlanta before they get on the field here. So Kirk in that first half was 21 of 28, 253, averaging 9 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, no picks, was sacked twice. Bijan with 7 carries for 18 yards, and Algier with just a single carry for 8 yards. I've said my piece on the Algier and Bijan stuff, at least for a little bit. We have Drake London as the leading receiver with 6 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 4 for 58 and a touchdown as well. So this Atlanta offense, man, they are putting up yards and they're putting up some decent amount of points. They just got to get a big one here. So 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Kirk fakes the handoff and gets the ball downfield, and it's going to try to get it to Mooney, who was with, let me see here, was covered up by Jamel Dean. Some tight coverage on that one. Surprised that was not called a penalty there. He definitely held Mooney. Oh, they got Arthur Smith talking to one of the helpers there. Hopefully that lady's not getting fired. Kirk takes a shot in the pocket, but is able to deliver a beautiful throw to a wide open Drake London, and he is going to be inside Buccaneers territory. And Vita Vea with the pressure there, just collapsing that pocket from the nose tackle position. And they hand it off to Algier, who's going to gain a nice amount of yardage, gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. Alrighty here. So they were just showing people in the press box and they look so uninterested. I was like, dude, how can you be in the press box? All the food and drink that you would probably want, and you're watching a 41-point game right now, and how can you be that bored? Come on. I don't know about you, man. I'd be cheering the entire time. And it looks like Levante David was taken down from an offensive lineman, kind of got his knee bent there, was able to walk off the field, so that's a good sign. Hopefully he's okay. He's a big part of what Tampa Bay is doing on defense here. So 2nd and 5 ball at the 44. Drake London in motion, but there is going to be a flag and it's going to be a false start on Atlanta here. And that's going to be on number 65, Bergeron. That is his second false start of the day. So that'll move Atlanta back to the 49-yard line of Tampa Bay. 2nd and 10. Kirk in the pistol. Drake London at the bottom of the screen. And Mooney and Ray McLeod motion a little bit further out here. Kirk has time, gets the ball out, and he is nearly intercepted. There's a little bit of pressure on Kirk there. Almost got to him. That ball kind of seemed a little like he got hit somehow. So 3rd and 10. Tampa sends 4. Kirk has a little bit of time here. Rips one to Pitts, but it's going to be about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. Ball will be at about the 42-yard line. But from what we can see here, they're going to go for it. It's 4th and 3. Drake London and Kyle Pitts to the right here at the top of the screen. Kirk has time. He has to get it away. He has Mooney wide open, and Mooney is not able to make a man miss, but it will be a first down for Atlanta. Huge conversion on 3rd down here. Would have given Tampa Bay the ball. If they would have missed that, they would have given them great field position just outside the 40. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of things going on in front of Kirk there. Easily the ball could have been batted down. At the last second, was able to get it away. 1st and 10, ball at the 28. Mooney in motion, gets the ball out on a nice little swing pass, and it's going to only gain about 2, maybe 2.5 yards on the play. And Levante Davis is back in the game, so that's a good thing. Buccaneers do not need any more injuries. They are coming in with about 6 guys that played within the last week or two that are not playing in this game. Quick pass, pressure, and he gets it to Kyle Pitts, who will be out across the first down. Ball will be at about I want to say inside the 20 for sure. I think it's at the 18 or 17. First and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. Fakes the handoff to Bijan. Gets the ball out to Ray McLeod. And he's only going to be able to get 2 yards on the play, but there is a flag on the field. And the clock is stopped at 8:06. And the score is still 24-17, Tampa Bay with a 7-point lead. And it's going to be ineligible man downfield. But there's also going to be a penalty for pass interference, offensive pass interference. So they're going to accept the second of the two penalties here. And right now, man, penalties are killing Atlanta. It'll be first and 20, ball at the 28. Handed off to Bijan, who's going to stumble his way down to about the 22-yard line. And if you're just joining us, please make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be doing as many games as we possibly can. Any primetime games, every Packer game. We're going to be adding some new things this week, or sorry, in the next couple weeks here, outside of just live reactions, some more short, bite-sized things. So make sure you're here for that, please. And we have Kirk Cousins dropping back. He's going to be brought down by his collar there. But since he is in the pocket, that is not a horse collar. And he will be brought down for his third sack of the night. And that was by number 98, Nelson. Good coverage. Great coverage by Tampa there. And it'll be a long third down here. 3rd and 22. Ball at the 30. Kirk throwing it down the field here and was able to get it on Mooney, but Mooney was not able to bring it in. Hits his shoulder and drops to the ground. It was definitely a low throw, but it had to be. And I feel like Kirk is kind of being let down by a little bit by his wideouts right now. They have not been able to help him out when he's. I mean, they're tough. They're tough catches for sure, but they're also tough throws that he's making, and he's putting it on him, man. He's not putting it in, in harm's way. He's not going to get intercepted. He's not putting him in a position where they're going to get blown up. I mean, if it gets to your chest, man, you got to catch it. And the kick is up, and it is good by Young Hui Koo. And it is a 4-point game. Tampa Bay 24, Atlanta 20 with 6:21 left in the third quarter. And obviously, we are on a commercial break here. So both defenses, man, coming up a little bit here. Obviously, Atlanta stopped what could have been a disastrous drive if Tampa Bay was able to score and make it a two touchdown possession game. And then Buccaneers were letting Atlanta drive a little bit, but then defense came up. Obviously, Atlanta did not help itself with the amount of penalties that they were getting during this drive. So yeah, this game is gonna continue to stay close. I don't think either of these teams are gonna be able to pull away. Let me know what you think here. Who do you think is gonna be able to come away with a win, or who do you think is gonna score the next touchdown here? That would be a. I mean, if it's Tampa, they push it to a 11-point game. Potentially, Atlanta now definitely needs potentially two touchdowns to really even get a win. But if Atlanta is able to take the lead back with a touchdown, huge. Got ludicrous in the house. Luda. Goose kick is up, and it is going to be in the end zone, and it'll be down in the end zone. Ball will come out to the 30. Kirk Cousins over 300 for the day so far. And fakes the toss to Rashad White. Gets the ball to Godwin, who fumbles the ball, but Mike Evans able to fall back on it. That is back to back fumbles on back to back drives there for Tampa Bay. They had one on the first play of that from scrimmage coming out of the break. And now the first play here on this drive, Godwin, after a big gain, coughs it up, but is able to have a teammate fall on it. And it's going to be first and 10, ball at the 49 of Atlanta. Fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right, finds Godwin again, who's going to get 10 yards and another first down. First and 10, 39. Mayfield under center gets the ball and hands it off to Rashad White, who is going to go nowhere. It'll be a second and 10. Clock is at 4:32, 4:31, 4:30, 4:29, 4:28. Mike Evans in motion, Baker has to scramble. It's going to go up the field, breaks a tackle, and he is going to get close to the first down marker, down just past the 30. Baker just doing an amazing job, man. Could have easily been sacked here. Just a great job. Pressure right up the middle. Is able to move to his left and then just continues his march. And it's going to be a wraparound to Godwin, who's going to get the first down. And, oh, Jesus. Took a shot from one of the linebackers of Atlanta. Completely unnecessary. He was already out of bounds. He was literally almost like walking back to get to the huddle here. Yeah, actually, it looked a lot worse on looked a lot worse live. Godwin literally ran over, basically trucked Sterling Shepard, who was blocking for him to get that first down. So a little bit of friendly fire there for Atlanta, and then Godwin, after stepping out of bounds, takes a shot from Bertrand, number 40 for Atlanta. And the clock is rolling. It's going to be under 3:45 here. 3:44, 3:43, 3:42, 3:41, 3:40. If you want to sync it up here. First and 10, ball at the 20, sorry, at the 16. And it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be nowhere. Grady Jarrett with a great, nice little swim move, I think, right here. Yeah. Oh, no, just a nice little pull down and get past the man there. Great job. And is able to bring down Irving there for a no gain. Second and 10. Ball still at the 16. Baker has a man down in the middle here. Gets it to his tight end, Cade Otton. It's going to be inside the 10-yard line there. Ball is going to be at the 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Tampa Bay. Three receiver bunch to the left. Baker scanning, has to move, and he is going to be brought down. And oh no. Oh, Baker. That tackle looked ugly. I thought he might have torn something. Oh no, he still might have. I don't know. Just the way his body kind of like shot back up, like in pain. Oh man. Yeah, the defender just kind of got, basically his leg just kind of got stuck by underneath the guy that was taking him down. Kind of similar to how Jordan Love got hurt in week 1 there. But the extra point, the field goal is good. So Tampa Bay retakes a 7-point lead here with 1:17 left in the third quarter. All right, we are still on a commercial break here. Should be coming up here in just a few seconds. But Tampa Bay, man, hopefully Baker is okay because otherwise, man, I do not know what they're going to do without him. Granted, he was able to walk off the field, but it's doesn't mean that he something didn't happen. So, but hopefully that's not the case. And oh, today is Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday. Man, 100 years, dude. Imagine being alive for that long. So, in 1924 would have been alive during the Great Depression, obviously World War II, Cold War. I feel like I'm naming all the negative things here. The Roaring Twenties. There we go. Let's go. Start with that. The Great New Deal. Seeing a president go for 4 terms. Well, the good news is Baker is standing and walking on the sidelines. No training staff is looking at him, so it seems like he is good. So that's a positive right there. So Atlanta starts at their own 30. Darnell Mooney in motion. Cousins in the pistol. Throws it to Mooney, who is going to get maybe 2 yards on the play. In Atlanta right now, they are struggling. I don't know what happened in the second half. Either Tampa Bay adjusted really well, or Atlanta has just not been able to just get anything going, man. A lot of things have just been thrown short. Struggling to find guys. I mean, the coverage is very, very tight here. Tries to get it to Ray over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8. Kirk in the shotgun, 3 receiver bunch to the right. Mooney moves. Kirk finds a man down the field. It's going to be Ray McLeod with a huge gain. It's going to be inside Tampa territory down at about the 45-yard line. Whew. Oh, beautiful, beautiful little like in route, dig route, whatever you want to call it. Either way, just a great job by Ray. Kirk got him in stride, and the ball is at the 46 of Tampa Bay, 1st and 10. Gonna give it to Bijan, who breaks a tackle, is running 20, 15 down, actually down at about the 17-yard line. Got ahead of myself. Just a great job. Ran to the left, found the hole in between hopefully the tight end and the guard there. Sorry, tight end and the tackle. Was able to sidestep a would-be tackler and Get it all the way inside Tampa's 20. And we have a commercial break here, so we're not missing a thing. And Kirk approaching 350 on the night. Just waiting for the game here to return. But it looks like the running game for both of these teams is finally kind of waking up here. Tampa Bay is now over 110, and Bijan, guy who was averaging less than 2 yards just for most of the first half here, he now has 9 carries for 52 yards. Kirk in the pistol. Mooney moving to the left here, hands it off to Bijan, who finds a hole, and he's going to be able to get moved a little bit here. He's going to be inside the 15, down to about the 12. And Ray in motion gets another handoff to Bijan, who is only going to be able to get about 2 yards on the play. It'll be third and about 2. Well, I'm glad Bijan is able to get has been able to get going here, but I still feel like Algier could be, especially a good back here on the third and short. And we have a Buccaneer defender slow to get up here. So we have 14 little under 14 minutes here. The clock is rolling. Bijan on the sideline. Taylor Algier in the backfield. Kirk in the pistol. Ray running across the field to the left. They hand it off to Algier, and very uncreative running play just to the right, just a straight off handoff. Nobody was fooled by the motion of Ray going to the left. Honestly, if they would have tossed it to Ray, he probably would have gotten the first down. 4th and 4, Kirk takes the snap, finds Darnell Mooney, who breaks a tackle, cuts inside, and he is in for the touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. Barring the extra point here, we might have ourselves a tie game with 13-18 left in the game. Yeah, just a nice little flat concept. Mooney stopped his momentum, caught the ball, cut it inside, was able to get away from his defender, and then made a nice little move to get away from another, and was able to almost high step into the end zone, basically. And the extra point is good. And we have ourselves a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. A tie game. Heck yeah, man. Great call on 4th down. I was a little disappointed by what they did on 3rd down, because it was just basically it was just the same previous running plays that they did with Bijan. They just instead of running it to the left, they ran it to the right. And Tampa Bay was like, "All right, 2 times is enough." But I guess it's fair. I was like, I guess until they can stop it, why not keep doing it? But and don't worry, we are on commercial break, so we are not missing a thing here. And the kick is up and out the back of the end zone. Tampa Bay will start with the ball at the 30. All right, 1st and 10. Baker in shotgun. Rashad White in the backfield. gets the ball out to Mike Evans. It's going to be a gain of 12 and a first down. Ball at the 43-yard line. Sterling Shepard in motion. And Baker is going to take off and run. He is down to the 40 and going to be just inside the 40-yard line, down at about the 39-38. Just a nice little concept. Basically, all the receivers ran to the left side, leaving a massive gap for Baker to run to the right. First and 10, ball at the 39 of Atlanta. It's going to be a handoff, and it'll be gained maybe a yard or two. Second and 9. Baker throws, and it's going to be just out the reach of Kate Otten. Incomplete. Third and 9. And it looks like Tampa Bay is going to have to use their first timeout of the second half. 11-13 left in this game. Third and 9, ball at the 38. Baker needs to scramble. He's going to break a couple tackles, but he is going to be short of the first down at about the 35. And Baker comes up talking some smack here. And from around here, it'll be about a 52, maybe 53-yard field goal. We'll see if they attempt it or if they just try to get Atlanta in bad field position and see if they can get the ball back in better field position this time. And they're going for a kick. It'll be 53 yards, and it is right down the middle. Tampa Bay takes a 3-point lead with 10:23 left in the game. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, everybody's having some fun in the stands. We're getting going here. Kick is up and out the back of the end zone. First and 10, Ray Ray in motion. Kirk under center. Fakes the handoff. Gets the ball out real quickly to Bijan, who's able to get away from one tackler, and he's going to be down at about the 35-yard line. Second and 5. Receiver bunch to the right. Hands it off to Bijan, who is going to get maybe a yard on the play. It'll be third and 4. And there's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer injured, and that is number 0, Yaya Diaby. Hopefully he's all right. Woo. Holy moly. All right. We are on a commercial break here with 9:32 left in this game. The score is Tampa Bay 30, Atlanta 27. We got a good game here. Atlanta, they need to be able to put some pressure on Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay's offense is starting to run out of gas a little bit here. You saw you saw Baker get a little frustrated on that last drive. You're seeing some of his receivers just kind of be not in the right spot, not in the spot where he thinks they are, which is very different from what the way they played not only in the first half, but even early into the third quarter. So Atlanta, I think if they can put some pressure by scoring a drive here, it's a touchdown, not a field goal. I think that I think you're going to see Baker potentially make a mistake or maybe try to do too much here. So, all right, 3rd and 4, ball at the 36. Baker in the shotgun, sending the pressure, and it's going to be no, and there's going to be a flag on Tampa Bay. I think they were definitely. He might have gotten there a little early. May have. Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. It's gonna be pass interference on Tampa Bay there, so it's gonna be an automatic first down. Yeah, I mean he's basically mugging Mooney here, and that is gonna be on the veteran linebacker Levante David. Kirk in the pistol, Tyler Algier in the backfield, tight end and wide receiver in motion here. They hand it off to Algier and not able to get a whole lot of push. Gains about 2 yards on the play. Kirk in the pistol, Algier again in the backfield. Ray and Drake to his left. Tries to find a man, switches up and finds Drake. London right down the middle here. And it'll be a big Atlanta first down. Just a great job by Kirk. And gets the handoff to Algier, who's going to not be able to get anything going. No gain on the play, but there is a flag on the field. Something tells me that might be holding on Atlanta. Yep, it is. Yeah, anytime you get those plays that get strung out maybe a little bit too much, you're gonna start seeing some offensive linemen grabbing and tugging. I don't think I've seen that one in a while. Right, yeah, the right guard basically hooks the defender's arm and then just pulled him down. I haven't seen that one in a while. 1st and 20, ball at the 50 now. Gets the ball out really quickly to Ray, who is unable to get really much going. Not great blocking from his wideouts there. May have gotten only about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Second and 16. Kirk in the shotgun has a little bit of time here. Gets the ball out to Kyle Pitts, breaks a tackle, and unable to break the second tackle there. He'll be down inside the 40, down to about the 38, 37. Felt like he got about half the yards that they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 here at the 36. Kirk, long drop back in the shotgun, finds a man in Darnell Mooney, who was wide open, just drops the ball. Didn't secure the catch, was already thinking about running the ball. You can clearly tell as soon as the ball was in his area, he just turned around. Oh man, that's a tough one. He ran a great route, just an amazing little out. Nice little double move on the play as well. It's a tough one. So it's going to be a 54-yard field goal attempt by Young Hui Koo. And the kick is up and it is going to be blocked. And it is blocked by Tampa Bay. And I mean, they've come close. That first one that Koo missed, the sail to the left, they almost blocked that one. And now, when they needed it the most, special teams, unfortunately, letting in a man go straight through. I mean, there is no resistance. There must have been somebody missed an assignment because that was way too easy. And with the blocked kick with 6:29 left in this game, Tampa Bay still has a 3-point lead over the Atlanta Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, while we're waiting for this game to come back, let's look at some of the games later on in the week. So obviously we have Minnesota with the against the Jets here, 4-0 Minnesota Vikings. But It is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers against them. So, I mean, that's a foe that they're very familiar with, that they hoped they would not see again, but they're going to see him at least one more time here. And the pass is going to be blocked at the line for Tampa Bay here. It'll be 2nd and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. They hand it off to Rashad White, who is going to stumble his way out across the 50 there. Gain of 8 on the play, 3rd and 2. Baker in the shotgun, ball at the 48. Baker scrambling. It's going to get the first down and slide. And that'll be a big, big first down for Tampa Bay. They do not need to score here. They just need to kill the rest of this clock. And the clock is rolling. It is at 5:28, 5:27, 5:26, 5:25. Great job by Baker finding the gap. Pressure was definitely coming down on him, but no gap or integrity. They were definitely trying to penetrate here and left a big gaping hole for Baker to run through. Ball at the 43, handoff to Irving here. And he's going to gain about 3 yards on the play. Clock is under 5 minutes here. I mean, so far it's been a great game. The running games were not a huge factor until I would say halfway through the third quarter. But now both teams were kind of getting going here. And now, who knows? Tampa Bay might just salt away this game by running the ball. They fake it, get it to Rashad White on the screen. He makes a couple guys miss, and he's going to be 2 yards short. It'll be a 3rd and 2 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It looks like they are already in field goal range, but the most important thing is killing the rest of this clock here. It's going to be under 4 minutes. And if you're just joining us this late, I appreciate it. Thank you. Please subscribe. We're going to be doing as many games as we can. We're going to be doing every primetime game, Thursday, Sunday night, Monday night, as well as any Packer game. And then later on in the couple weeks here, we're going to be doing some other kind of type of content here. It's going to be a handoff, and it's Rashad White who's going to muscle his way for a huge, huge first down. This is going to be it's going to allow the Buccaneers here to just salt away, possibly all the way to the 2-minute warning. And they're going to obviously Atlanta's going to be having to use their timeouts here. Clock is under 3 minutes. And they hand it off to Bucky Irving, who fumbles the ball. Oh my goodness, he nearly broke away. He nearly broke away. And the ball was just punched out there. Oh my goodness. And it's Bates who just punched the ball out just as Irving was about to break away and potentially put an end to this game. He was almost I don't think there's anybody else in front of him. Holy cow, what a play by the defense of Atlanta here at home. This might be the first turnover here for the game. Neither quarterback has thrown an interception. One has to double check on the fumbles here. Kirk Cousins hands it off to Tyler Algier, who gets blown up in the backfield for a loss of about 4. Very, very confusing why they're deciding to run the ball now. And no, that was the first turnover of this game. It's been pretty clean. There's been a decent amount of penalties, but no turnovers to this point until that Bucky Irving. And the pressure is going to get to Cousins, and Tampa Bay defense is like, I don't care. And that was Logan Hall. That is his second sack of Kirk Cousins tonight. And I think Kurt has gone down 4 times tonight. Logan just blowing past the guard and then just destroying Algier to get to Kirk Cousins there. To be 3rd and 19, has to get the ball out to Algier. He's able to stiff arm a guy, but it's going to be very short of the 3rd down. May have only gained about 4 yards on the play. And it's already a 4th down. Atlanta was not prepared for this, apparently. I mean, you got to have something dialed up, man. I mean, those were just I mean, again, it's hindsight is 2020. It's easy for me to criticize, to be like, "Oh, yeah, those were 3 bad plays." But, man, dude, first a run up the gut with just 2:44 left, and it's not like you're on their side of the field here. You still gotta get, like, 15 to 20 yards before you're even at the midfield here. Come on. And then on top of that, the second one, I couldn't even tell what the routes were, but they were not short routes. It's like second and relatively long. You gotta make sure get some yardage. But then on 3rd down, I get it. Obviously, it's a long pass, so you gotta have these things develop, and the pressure that Buccaneers have been able to send has been impressive. So both quarterbacks, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Baker only 182 on the night, and Kirk Cousins has 389 yards. He is approaching 400 here, but it's not gonna count for anything if they cannot convert here. They have a minute 52 left on the clock. They have all 3 timeouts. So technically, if they don't get this, they could get the ball back if they stop Tampa Bay's offense on 3 plays. It's going to be intercepted by the Buccaneers. Kirk Cousins trying to get it to his man, running down the seams, threw it right in traffic, and it's going to be Levante Davis. I'm pretty sure that is. Yes, and that is going to be the veteran Levante Davis with the interception. And now we have our second turnover of the game. Each team has turned the ball over on back to back drives here. That's a tough round. I'm surprised they didn't have anything running underneath here. But basically, I believe that was Darnell Mooney who was running the basically like a long curl route here, and Kurt either didn't see Levante or he just knew. He was like, maybe I can fit it in, but definitely not the case here. And Rashad White, unfortunately, the way he got the way he got tackled on that First Tampa Bay play there, he might have hurt his knee there. Now they're not showing anything on the field here, so but it looks like the trainers are on the field, and man, hopefully White is okay, man. That did not look like a good tackle. Um, all right, looks like they were able to get him off the field here. So with 139 left in this game, it is a 3-point game. Atlanta has all three timeouts. If they can get two more stops, use all their timeouts, they can get the ball back. It's going to be a big run here by Tampa Bay, but there's a flag on the field. Bucky Irvin initially was going to run to his left and then reverse field, cutting it up the middle. And that's going to be a hold on Tampa Bay. And that's on the rookie center, Barton. That's his second holding penalty of the day. Oh, there should have been offsetting penalties on that one. There's a face mask by the Atlanta Falcons on that play. They did not call the face mask on Atlanta there, so Atlanta getting saved a little bit here. 2nd and 23. Fakes the handoff. It's going to be a screen to Rashad White. Luckily, he's back in the game, so his knee is looking solid. But it's unfortunately going to go nowhere. That screen loses a yard or two. And Atlanta is going to use their second timeout of the game. The broadcast showing Baker Mayfield missing a wide open Mike Evans. I was going to make a Odell Beckham's dad joke there. Odell's dad must be leading the broadcast here. It'll be 3rd and 25. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Tampa's just gonna run this ball here, and Atlanta stops him with maybe a yard of a gain, and they're gonna use their final timeout, and they'll have 1:21 left on the clock here before the punt or potential field goal here, depending on that. And it looks like we are going to see Kirk Cousins for one more time here. Can he do it again? He did it against the Eagles. They had less than a minute and a half, and they needed a score, and he was able to drive down the field in less than, I think it was actually less than a minute 10. So can primetime Kirk Cousins, can he do it again here? And the ball's going to bounce into the end zone. Great job by the returner, faking like the ball was coming up short here. And Atlanta will get the ball at the 20-yard line. First and 10. Kirk in the shotgun. Gets the ball out quickly to Kyle Pitts, who breaks a tackle, and it's going to be Potentially out of bounds here. Gained about 5 yards on the play. Second and 5, ball at the 25. Kurt looking, he's got time, finds a man down the field here. It's going to be Darnell Mooney with a big, big first down, gain of about 15 or more on the play. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a gain of 17. First and 10, ball at the 42. Kurt has a little bit of time, finds another man. It's going to be Ray McLeod, who's going to be trying to get the ball out of bounds here, and he's actually going to fumble it out of bounds. So it might actually have. Oh no, the clock is still rolling. Oh, and it was punched out. Clock is still rolling. 21 seconds there, just because of the fumble. The clock had to keep on rolling because it went backwards. Actually, no, I forgot. Ray actually went backwards. So even if he would have been out of bounds, it would have still kept the clock rolling. Okay, Kurt just took a shot on that last play. Holy cow. Not in the spike, but the one that went to Ray. So we have 21 seconds, no timeouts left. Ball is at the 49. It is actually 3rd and 1, so they need to get a first down here. It's going to get it to Drake London, who catches it. It's going to be a first down. Nice gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. 17 seconds left. They are getting closer and closer here for a potential game-tying field goal. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Kurt has time. Why would you throw that down the middle? And it's going to be incomplete. It was trying to get it to Ray McLeod, who was running a inside route, like a deep crosser, basically. Ball was actually thrown a little bit behind. And there's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer down on the ground here, number 58, Watts. And some special team gaps today. Obviously, cool. He missed the 41-yarder early in the game. There's your 3 points right there. And then the blocked field goal that happened a couple drives ago. Make those two. You're actually leading by 3. Second and 10, ball at the 43, 12 seconds left. And Drake London, for some reason, does not get on the ground here. I don't think they're going to get the snap off. Holy cow. They barely got that ball spiked. Literally 1 second left. I thought Drake London made him a huge mistake. After he caught that, he kept on running. Potentially could have killed this drive here. but it made it a little bit of a more manageable 47-yard kick. Waku, he is, I mean, I'm not too worried about him feeling the pressure this guy has made. I mean, last week he made a game winner. This dude is known for making his kicks, and this no, Atlanta, Atlanta is gonna have a delay of game, but for some reason there's also a ref literally in the middle of the play. So this is now a 52-yarder. I I don't understand why they got that penalty. There was literally a referee like literally on top of the ball. Like he was literally in between the center and the defenders. Raheem Morris, man, he is freaking losing his mind right now, and I do not blame him. He's telling him, he's like, "How are we gonna snap the ball if your guy is literally right there?" And Mike Tolbert is just like, "No, no, no." I don't understand what the heck happened there, man. This is like, man, I'm not gonna get into it with about refs. We already know the fact that they have this much control and there's so little oversight. It's insane to me. So it's a 52-yard kick. Hopefully, Hueku makes it because they deserve it, and he makes it right down the middle. Good. Holy cow! And we have a tie game at the end of regulation. We are going to overtime, baby. I'm trying not to yell because it is late and I have neighbors. So, oh man, oh man, I gotta work early tomorrow. It's okay. It's all right. It's what we signed up for, baby. There's a great game, 30-30. Refs try to steal one here late. And prime time Kirk Cousin does it again, man. He does it again with less than a minute and 30 seconds left. He was able to drive this team all the way from the 20 down to basically the 30-yard line until the refs decided they wanted to steal 5 yards from Atlanta there at home too. How do you again, I'm not gonna get into it. Referees are a different breed. Let's just say that. Strange way they conduct themselves at times. So it looks like Tampa Bay is going to get the first crack at this on offense. And remember, I was actually confused by this as well. The rules in the playoffs are each team gets a possession no matter what happens, even if it's a touchdown. But in the regular season, it is still first touchdown wins. But obviously, if Tampa kicks a field goal, the other team does have a chance to respond here. But if it's a touchdown, it is over. Sorry, I said Mike Tolbert. It was Ron Tolbert is the referee. Oh, sorry. It's gonna be Atlanta first with the ball here. My apologies. I saw Baker Mayfield pointing, so I thought he had won the toss. So Atlanta gets the ball first. They hand it off to Tyler Algier, who gets only a yard on the play. Kurt dropping back finds Drake London, who will get to the 38. Gain of about 7 on the play. Third and 2. Kurt in shotgun gets the ball out quickly to Drake London, who breaks the tackle, and he is going to be on the other side of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, down to about the 45. But he comes up ends up taking a huge shot here, and he is down on the ground. Ooh, just got destroyed. Got hit in the ribs there. And London is walking off the field under his own power, which is good. .902 left in overtime here. Drop back, breaks a tackle, and it's going to be Hodge, who has a convoy. 15-10-5 touchdown, Atlanta, and we have the winning touchdown, and it is prime time. Kirk Cousins with a huge touchdown to the backup wide receiver, Hodge. It was not Drake London. It was not Mooney. It was not Kyle Pitts. It wasn't even Bijan Robinson or Tyler Algier. But it was the potentially fourth or fifth string wide receiver, Hodge, who breaks a tackle and just goes off for a massive touchdown here for, in my opinion, but I would say an upset here. Holy cow, 45 yards. And he only caught it about maybe 7 or 8 yards downfield, broke a tackle, and then just outraced everybody. Oh my God. Wow. What a flipping game, guys. Holy cow. I love it, man. I freaking love it. Atlanta with a huge 36-30 victory, and Kirk Cousins does it again in prime time, baby, against the Eagles. They needed to score a touchdown with less than a minute 30, and he brought them down, scored the touchdown. And then here, they had the ball with they were able to get the ball back with 1:21 left. They needed to drive from the 20 into field goal range just to attempt to tie, and he brought them down. Koo makes an amazing kick after what, in my opinion, was some weird stuff with the refs there at the end that cost him 5 yards. Made it a 52-yarder instead of a 47-yarder, but either way, he made it. And Hodge, just an amazing job here. Twirled around at the 40, broke a tackle, and then just turned upfield and just outraced everybody. He definitely had a block or two, but man, oh, wow. What a freaking job by that young man, dude. And that's called Kadero Hodge. I should probably name him, put a name on him. Wow. And Baker is stunned, obviously, but phew, what a play by the young man. Hodge is in his 5th season here. Kinda looking up this guy's bio here. I gotta stop saying kid, the guy's 29 years old. So he started out with the Rams. Then spent the next 2 seasons in Cleveland, spent a year with Detroit, only caught 13 passes, but that was his career best, and now has been with Atlanta for the last 2. And that touchdown, that 45-yard game-winning overtime touchdown is only his 2nd career touchdown. And that's also not ties, sorry. It is actually his 2nd longest reception of his career as well. Phenomenal, man. Heck of a job. Kid's emotional, man. He's crying. I keep on saying kid. The dude's emotional. He's crying. Heck of a job. My dude's not buying a drink tonight. It's gonna be on somebody else. No, but wow, what a game. Um, Not gonna lie, part of me was like, oh man, I hope this game kind of ends a little sooner because it's starting to get late up here. But man, what a way to end it. Dang, great job. This was a fun game. What a way to start week 5. Basically a shootout, 66 points in this game. What, there was 41, I think, coming into this last half. So definitely not as many points that was scored in the first half, but man, the second one, man, the second half, ooh, man. Plus we got some free football at the end of it. Heck yeah. But very quickly, just to end it, that 45-yard touchdown also gave Kirk Cousins 500 yards on the day. I said he was like, oh, I mean, he was halfway there at the half. I was like, oh, he probably won't get it. Oh, he got it. 40. He was 42 of 58 today, almost 60 passes, 509, 4 touchdowns. Had that pick that looked like it was going to be the end of the game, but luckily his defense came up huge, used all their timeouts. No timeouts left when they were driving to try to tie it up from their 20. Just a great job by Kurt, man. He's been freaking phenomenal the last couple games. Was sacked 4 times today. So, took some shots too that not gonna come up on the stat sheet there. Bijan, 12 of 61, averaged 5 yards a carry. Tyler Algier, rough night, 6 of 12. Now he's the one averaging 2 yards a carry. Drake London, 12 for 154. Darnell Mooney, 9 for 100. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 8. Geez, I mean, there's 500 yards. So, yeah, almost 3 guys that hit 100 today for Atlanta. And then, of course, Cardell Hodge, just 2 catches for 67 yards and a 45, including a 45-yard overtime game-winning touchdown. Kid made it count, man. I guarantee you, he's gonna be getting a few more looks after this game. Ray finished with 6 for 66, and Buccaneers, man. Baker Mayfield, 19 of 24, buck 80, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Was only sacked once. Rashad White, 10 for 72, and Bucky Irving, 9 for 44. Chris Godwin, 5 for 64. Mike Evans, 5 for 62, 2 touchdowns for Mike Evans. And K. Dotton, 3 for 44. Everybody else pretty minimal. And we had 4 sacks by the Tampa Bay defense, 2 for Logan Hall, 1 for Vita Vea, and another for Anthony Nelson. And the lone sack for the Atlanta Falcons was by David Onyemata. And the interception was by Levante David. And the forced fumble was by, let me see here, who was it? I think it was Bates. For some reason, I cannot find that anywhere. But it was by Bates, and it was recovered by Caden Ellis, it looks like. So, heck of a job by both of these teams. It was a fun game. Both of them are now 3-2 in the same division. It's gonna be a fun couple seasons here. A couple games here for these teams. I think they're both two of the best teams in the NFC. A little inconsistent here and there. Defense was not showing up tonight for the most part, but I think Baker and that team are going to bounce back. And then we have Atlanta, who seems to just linger every time. And what did I say earlier in this game? If you allow Kirk Cousins and this offense to linger, they're going to make you pay. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but they're going to make you pay, and they're going to make you stressed a lot more than you should. And unfortunately, Tampa Bay could not put this game away, only scoring 6 points in the second half after scoring 24 in the first. So they let him stick around, and primetime Kirk Cousins showed up again, and he made them pay just like he did the Eagles. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much. If you were here for most of the game or even just parts of the game, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for Seastrom. Thank you for Adam here for coming in and hanging out in the chat for a little bit. We appreciate you guys. And yeah, well, like I said, we're gonna be doing every primetime game, every Packer game. We're gonna be adding some stuff later this month. So please leave a like, subscribe. This was a crazy game, a wild game, unexpected hero from Hodge here, 45-yard game-winning touchdown in overtime. Huge. His second career touchdown. So please leave a like. Thank you. We'll see you next time. I'm your host, Dave Huerta, and don't ever forget, I am not a coach here. Thank you so much.